Mm. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dram Divided. This is me, Fredrik, and this is...
And this is Emil.
Yeah, and this is our first episode on A Dram
Yeah.
Divided, called A Dram Divided. So, yeah. So, what do you say, Emil?
I'm very excited.
Yeah,
I
me
have
too,
no idea
actually.
what to expect. This is not my usual gig, so
Oh, the same here. So, yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun already. I can already feel it. So, yeah, my name is Fredrik, as some people might know. And tonight's dram that I'm going to drink is this one. Edward Hour 12-year-old. Really good whiskey, in my opinion. Really good. I really like it. So, yeah. And I have it in this glass, actually. And, Emil, what are you drinking?
I have two drams I'm going to drink tonight, and I'm going to start with a bit of a cheaper one, the Writer's Tears.
Yeah.
And only reason I have this is because they didn't have Teeling small batch. So I'll hope for the best.
Yeah. So then why don't we just join in toast for our first episode, and let's see how it goes.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
And to everyone else watching, cheers. How was it?
Good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Definitely worth the money.
Nice.
Yeah.
This one too. Yeah. So let's get started. So I guess a lot of people are already thinking like, okay, what's so special about this show? Well, it's all about having fun.
What's not special about this show?
Yeah, it's us two, seriously. So yeah, why don't I start telling a little bit about myself? My name is Fredrik. I love whiskey, apparently, so that's why I'm here. I have no idea why, but I'm here. So yeah, and I've been on social media before, so this is not my first time, but it's my first time with Emil, or with this kind of forum, or whatever we call it, this kind of thing to do. So I have another whiskey channel called Whiskey Pilgrim, but these two are going to be two very separate channels. I can tell you that already. Yeah, I have been drinking whiskey probably for 7 or 8 years, and I think the first whiskey that really got me into was the Lafroy Core Cask, an Isla Peter whiskey that I tried during my early years of whiskey drinking. It was just blow me away, basically. So that was a little bit how I started my journey, and now we're here together with Emil. And why don't you tell a little bit about yourself?
I'm just curious, who got you that?
Oh, that was a guy that lived on my flat apartment that I lived at. He had the biggest collection I ever seen at that time. I think he had like 8 bottles of whiskey, single malt whiskey. And I was like, when I saw that, I was like, wow. You're like, oh my God, what is this sorcery? I am spellbound. Yeah. Seriously, that was crazy. When I saw, so he actually gave me a dram of that one. He was like, here. And I didn't even know what peated whiskey was. So he didn't even tell me it was peated. I just drank it and I was like, holy moly, Yeah. So that's how it is. Yeah. Your turn.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, they say.
He does.
Yeah,
he does.
So my name is Emil. I drink whiskey because of Fredrik. I'm here because of Fredrik. He has got me into a lot of trouble over the years, and hopefully much more to come. I don't have a presence on social media yet, at least, apart from this. So this is going to be a lot of fun for me. Yeah. So I guess my whiskey journey is fairly in the starting trenches, I would say. And the one that actually got me into it was not something you got me. It was a recommendation from an old friend from school who recommended I buy the Loch Lomond.
Oh,
the regular,
yeah.
The cheap one.
Was it because of Tintin?
Yeah, he drank it because of Captain Haddock. That's correct. And he told me that's a good one if you want to start to learn to drink whiskey. And that's the first one I drank that was like, yeah, this is okay. Before that, I had been given like bad whiskey with tons of ice in it at parties when I was young. So very bad experiences. But from then on out, it's been just climbing that ladder to heaven, man. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's very interesting that you say that word, bad whiskey.
Exactly.
Because there is something we're gonna talk about on our first episode. So bring on the hate. No, but seriously, we're this channel, if I should say so. It's just about having fun, but also sometimes being very serious, and also just like you said, like two people. Think of us sitting on a couch instead, just talking to each other, basically, just. And see it a little bit like a podcast, I would say, even though it's not really a podcast, but more like, you can actually just listen to us without watching us if you want to.
Yeah.
So, if I should say so. And it's going to be very interesting, all this, because I think we're going to have some really interesting topics ahead of us.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Quite a few episodes I have thought out, at least. Next episode is going to be very interesting. Many tears on that episode.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. But more about that later.
Yeah.
So
no spoilers, man.
No spoilers. So let's start this thing. So I'm gonna ask you a question, Emil, and actually, I'm also gonna ask the people here that's watching this: is there something as a bad whiskey?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Please explain. Because you're making people.
Whiskey.
No. But what is a bad whiskey then? Can you please tell people?
Well, I don't fucking know. I know that one whiskey, and that it was I don't know what make it was. It was Canadian. What's it called? Canadian Club.
Yeah.
And it was a blend from them that I got from my dad, and it was disgusting. So obviously there's something as bad whiskey. I don't know if there's a lot of bad whiskey, and I'm new to this. But then again, that's. If you say bad whiskey, it's always subjective,
Yes, of course.
But to me, it's an obvious yes. Of course, it's bad whiskey to everyone. What do you think?
Me? Oh yeah, I have a lot of stories to tell. So, I mean, the thing is that when it comes to bad whiskeys, there's a lot of like whiskeys that you do try over the years. And some of them you do have very fond memories of, and some of them you have memories of because you realized, oh my God, what the hell happened there? I have had a few whiskeys that I'm going to talk about very soon here. But, it's very important, like you said, it's just subjective, basically the whole thing about what bad whiskey is. There's some people that just say immediately, oh, it's from that distillery, that must be bad.
Yeah,
or it's from that country, it must be bad whiskey, or if it's not that vintage, it's not good. If it doesn't cost that much, it's not good. Fancy bottles, and all stuff. But I mean, there are some really interesting whiskeys that I have had in my years, actually. And I'm actually going to start with the biggest shocker, because if those people that do know me, and if you see here, you just see Springbank Society, I am a huge Springbank nerd. Fanboy, but even though I am that, I will be very honest, and say this: I had some Springbanks in my years that I have thought, wow, that was not something I would be proud at all. Seriously, no. So I'm actually going to show you some of them. What do you say, Emil?
Controversial.
Oh, I know, because you cannot dislike Springbank. I don't dislike Springbank. You're saying that some of their releases has been, not good. Yeah. Well, the first one is the one I bought 4 bottles of because I thought it was going to be fucking spectacular. It is this one. It's a 30-year-old single cask Springbank, fresh share, but UK exclusive. I think it came out around 2018. And I went into a shop in Edinburgh and they had 6 of those. I bought 4. They didn't let me taste it. Yeah.
But that's something interesting to me too, because if you like, you say that, but you're like a fan of Springbank. You buy 4 of them. You have these high expectations.
Yeah.
If someone came to you with a glass, you didn't know what was in it, and gave you a dram of that, would you still say it was a bad whiskey, or is it just because the expectation is so?
You know what? If someone would the problem is if someone would have given me a dram of this without telling me it's a Springbank, I would still say it wasn't good at all. I really didn't like it. I really felt like when I came home to Sweden, opened the bottle, I was like, oh my God, I have 3 more bottles of this. I was like, fuck? And I just paid 85 pounds per each bottle,
Yeah.
And I really, could have bought other bottles instead. But hey, you know what? It happened. And I did learn from it, I thought. I have another bottle here as well from Springbank. But I see it now that I took the wrong bottle. But I'm just going to say right out, when it comes to Springbank, I don't like the local barley series they did. I think you had tried some of them, I think.
Yeah.
The one they did. This is a 10-year-old. I was supposed to get the 16-year-old, but I could say the same thing about 10-year-old as well. I don't like them. I only like the 11-year-old, all those 5 of the new ones, I should say. Because now someone's going to say, yeah, but what about the old ones from the 60s and 70s? Yeah, but I'm never going to be able to try them if I don't cut off my legs and sell them, or sell my kidneys. So doesn't matter. But yeah, I was really disappointed at that series because they were over expensive.
Is that all it is? Again, if it was less expensive, would it be better?
No, because I personally didn't like them. People are still entitled, to like them. Seriously, there must be a reason why they sold out so fast. It couldn't just be because of a secondary market, could it?
Of course not.
But no, of course. But then I not just Springbank, but I mean, I was at the distillery once. My first trip to Scotland, and I was at this distillery. We tried a whiskey there that they have at the bar that you have to pay for, and I was like, oh, I want to try it because I heard so much good about this series of whiskeys, and I was on Isla. I was going to say that, and what happened was that I tried it, and the person that took the tour with us and then stood in the bar serving us all these whiskeys from their distillery told me, so what do you think about it? And I was like, it's horrible. and she actually told me, yes, thank you for saying that. And I was like, seriously, are you working here and you're telling me your whiskey is bad? I was like, Jesus Christ, man. No, she actually told me that, no, this is not good. And I'm not going to get hate for this, but that was actually Bowmore Distillery, and that was their Devil's Cask Part 3, I think it was. Yeah, Part 3. And it cost around 200 euros, that bottle. And it was a red wine matured, I think it was, something like that. It just tasted sour wine. It was really horrible, in my opinion. People can still like it if they want to. I personally didn't like it. I passed the dram around everyone in our bus tour, and everyone, the faces they made was like someone looking at you disgust, because you disgust me, it was, it was crazy, how people were just like, fuck, what is that?
Yeah. I wonder how many people say that though when they're tasting it in the face of the worker,
Yeah.
I've never been to a distillery or something, so I don't know, but I would imagine a lot of people try to be nice.
Yeah, but
that's interesting,
Yeah. I mean, they always have a manuscript they're going for, usually like, this pile of barrels was, here and over here there was someone who sat
in the
looked out this window in the corner and looked out the window hoping for better days ahead. So that was interesting, and I do have to say that I've tried some really good Bowmores, so I'm not jumping on Bowmore at all, but that was really, and the fact that someone actually working there telling me they didn't like that particular range of whiskey or that expression they did, actually even said to me, like, I don't know what they were thinking. Does tell you a lot, actually. But still, she was honest.
Yeah.
And also another one, I have to say, I actually have it here. It's one of those whiskey. You have tried it. It is my cursed bottle, actually. Because everyone, I am trying to, to give a dram. This one is like, what is that?
Yeah.
And this is, one of those whiskeys that I personally don't like. I have never tried a whiskey from this distillery that I have liked, unfortunately. I know a lot of people are going to get, oh my God, dislike bottom. No, but that's Highland Park. Seriously. That's the fire edition, look how cool it is, like something from the Lord of the Rings. It's like something from the Lord of the Rings, You pay a lot of money for this, seriously. Just the outside must have cost more than the thought that came into the inside of this one, I would say. Seriously. No, this is this whiskey to me tastes like licking an envelope. And it's not a good envelope you're licking, basically. It's the bad one, the nasty one.
Not the nice one, not the sweet tasting one.
No, it's not the high quality one. Yeah. They betrayed me. Betrayal.
Yeah.
Betrayal.
Yeah, no. you kind of have to suit yourself with, like, no one wants to drink from that bottle, because every time I've been to your place and you try to give someone, it's like, this whiskey is fucking horrible. Do you want some? So
Yeah, no, but I know I'm trying to be honest. That I personally don't like it.
Yeah, I get it.
But I hope maybe one day I meet someone that's like, this is the best whiskey I tried, and I can be like, pass it on. Here we go. This is yours now. Please treat it with dignity, as I have
like
not.
the sock in the book in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Fredrik is
exactly.
free. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So that is, something that I had. But please, people, if anyone here is watching this video, please write in the comment section. Has there ever been a whiskey that you have been really disappointed at?
Or
really
do you want to
bothered?
come to the defense of the whiskeys that Fredrik has viciously attacked in this video? Go ahead.
Yeah, please do that. I can always comment on it, by blocking you. No, I'm saying, just kidding. I would not do that. Yeah, we have the power.
We are true internet warriors.
Yeah, we are. We are the peak of our journey. So yeah. So now we battled this one. I will actually say, because we're now talking about some whiskeys, is it okay not to like a certain whiskey distillery? Emil, is that okay? Is it okay?
Like, that's a
Tell us it's okay.
That's like a weird moral question, Is it okay to not like? Of course it is,
Yeah.
I would say it's kind of dumb, because, as you said, like you said right now, there's never been a Highland Park you've enjoyed. I bet there is one that you would enjoy. You said about Bowmore, and I got the Bowmore White Sands from my dad. He managed to get a bottle. He told me later it was pretty hard to get, and he gave it to me. That was fucking amazing. So I mean, of course you can have your prejudice against the distillery and be like, I usually don't like it, so I'm not going to bother buying this bottle. That's that's reasonable, And then another thing that can come into that is like, I know this brand, and if it's something other than the quality of the whiskey has turned you off a brand, or a distillery, like they've made some marketing scheme or something that you think is wrong, or of course that can sour the taste in your mouth.
Of course it can. Do you remember that whiskey we tried, that 42-year-old Macallan? How was that?
Very underwhelming.
Yes, it was
very underwhelming.
Yeah. Did you hear that, people? We tried a 42-year-old Macallan Gordon MacPhail, and it was very not very good at all. Actually, it was. Some people might say, "Oh, it was just a bad bottle." Maybe no, seriously. I will be very honest there about Macallan, and I know people are gonna say, "Yeah, but in the 80s and way back, they were great." I could not drink whiskey during the 80s because I was born 1986. But I know, but we do know that whiskey way back had certain qualities that we will never try today.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Macallan, I can recently say that I tried like 5 or 6 whiskeys, all from 10, 12, 18, and now a 32-year-old. And I can say I have not been in any way thinking like I'm going to grab a bottle.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you shouldn't, who's watching this one. It just means that I personally would say this. I'm staying away from it, basically, until one day I've been proven wrong. Same thing goes with Highland Park. But like you said, one day someone will prove me wrong there, and I know it.
But that's what I'm saying also. It's your money. You have to select what you. So it costs a lot of money to buy a bottle of whiskey. I mean, these cheap ones, 3 of those is 1,000 crowns in Sweden. So, the costs go up very quickly. So you have to be selective. So, of course, selecting based on distillery is very reasonable.
Of course, I mean, and that's just the thing about it, So like, it's really expensive to do this thing, just to buy and drink whiskey. Because I mean, some people have like a certain amount of whiskey, or not whiskey, but a certain amount of money that they're purchasing whiskey for every month, and that's a budget basically. And I mean, it is very important to realize that this is not a cheap hobby to do.
No,
at all, especially if you once you're starting getting up there a little bit, because I remember when I bought my first bottle for 1,000 Swedish crowns, it hurt me really much. But at the same time, I have very hard time sometimes understanding when someone buy whiskey for 100,000 Swedish crowns,
which
would be like 10,000 euros basically. But in the same time, if you have the money, you have the money.
Yeah, I think that's something you can't understand unless you have like so much money that 100,000 Swedish crowns
Yeah.
isn't like a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, when you
Very
sneeze,
weird thing.
yeah, you sneeze in $100.
Yeah,
You know, like this.
yeah,
Fuck you, Corona.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
that
don't
has to
understand
be
it.
it. Because otherwise it's impossible that it can be worth it.
Yeah,
It can't be like I would give everything to drink this fucking
yeah,
70-cent-liter bottle of
yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah, you see this stump here? There used to be an arm here.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it was worth it, I think.
Yeah. Still had one arm to lift the glass with. So.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, because it's interesting. I've never tried a whiskey that's that expensive. It would be interesting to try it, but I still wonder, and that is why this episode is called A Dram Divided, because this is a divided topic, Is it really worth that much money? Yeah. Is anything worth that much money? Seriously? Yeah. Is a whiskey really worth €100, for example? Basically, it depends on everyone. What you have for money and what you're willing to spend.
But it's also like, what are you actually buying?
Yeah.
Because if you buy whiskey for obscene amounts of money, it's not like, this whiskey is so good that it's worth. It's like it's a status thing. I think. Like it's cool to have this. It's a collectible, and collectibles are always worth a lot of money. So I'm not judging.
Of course,
what people do with their money.
Of course.
Yeah. Pretty much. Anyone want to buy 100?
Yeah.
100,000 Swedish crowns from Fredrik?
High splitter. Come on, right now. Come on. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes, No, but seriously, that Highland Park, for example, it cost like €200 or 2,000 Swedish crowns. And, it's a limited edition to 28,000 bottles, 28,000 bottles, That's a lot of whiskey bottles.
Yeah.
And it's quite expensive as well, seriously.
Yeah.
So, and of course it looks cool, but, at the same time, it's a higher marked whiskey that's more expensive, really that good. Yeah. Not always. I mean, it's like the Teeling small batch that I know you wanted to buy. That was out. Seriously, that one is good. I actually do like that one as well.
Yeah.
It is not the complex or, not going to go on a trip with you like to never end. But still, it's a whiskey you can actually enjoy drinking and have a good talk with someone while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
While I think something that costs 2,000 Swedish crowns, like that Fire Park, the only thing you're going to get is people are going to say, I'm going to go home now.
Yeah.
You're not my friend anymore. I'm going to unsubscribe to you.
It's friendships.
Yeah. So, I think that's also a very interesting topic that I wanted to do here, actually. Because I actually have two bottles here that I want to compare.
Yeah.
Actually. And that is the whiskey that I'm drinking. The Edward 12-year-old. I actually not been drinking that much because just been talking.
I can't
stop. But
I've opened the bottle.
Yeah. This bottle costs around 65, 62 euros here in Sweden. In my personal opinion, it's one of my favorite whiskeys. It was my whiskey of the year 2018.
I was going to say.
And it's fantastic in my view. But at the same time, you have something like here. I don't know if you can see that one. Let's see if we can. Oh, I can't take it off because they're going to fall. But that's a Glengoyne 25-year-old. Glengoyne 25-year-old. It's, in my opinion, a masterpiece, in my opinion. It is great. I think you have tried it as well.
I think so.
Yeah, it is wonderful, full shared whiskey like this one.
Yeah.
The only difference is that the Glengoyne costs around, I think today, 400 euros or something like that. And this one costs like 62 euros.
Yeah.
I just want to say, you can find really good whiskeys out there for much cheaper. Even though I would say this is an amazing bottle, the Glengoyne 25-year-old, but still.
Yeah, and the thing is, like when you get visitors over, it's cool to bring out a 25-year-old. It brings with it a classiness.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yeah. There is something to it, For me as a beginner, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
Or at least it was. I know better now, but
yet. No, but seriously, it is interesting, when it comes to whiskey, because at the end of the day, and I want you just to write in the comment section, what do you prefer to spend on whiskey? is better whiskey? What is a better whiskey? Is it because of the higher price or the quality in the whiskey for a lesser price? It's up to you, and I want you to write that in comment section if you're watching this. Please share your thoughts. Share your thoughts. We would like to hear them. Really like to hear them.
Fight
You
us.
know, fight us, and also, seriously, argue if you want to, and also if you like it, yeah, please subscribe to us. Seriously, this channel will be a little bit like this. Today was harsher subjects, trying to be funny, we think. Other times it will just be really weird stuff. I guess people are gonna be like, oh my god, what are they having except for whiskey? But I think at the end of the day, actually, we as whiskey drinkers have a lot of opportunities and also a lot of saying when it comes to this, because when distilleries pricing up their whiskeys prices as they're doing right now, it's not fun anymore. Seriously,
Yeah.
it's not fun
Yeah,
anymore.
and the threshold for getting into it is pretty high as well.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of luck. I know you,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
personally as a friend, and you have
Yeah.
given me a lot of advice, and I can like go to your house and get thousands of dollars worth of whiskey in like 5 minutes in little drams, because you're so generous. But if I was alone, I don't know where I would be.
Mm. Yeah.
I would be with my Loch Lomond and I got a Highland Park actually, and I liked
Yeah.
it when
Yeah.
I graduated from my teacher's education here,
Yeah.
and that was good. But the broadening of my horizons
Mm.
has been made very much easier because of you and the advice you can give to me. Like, yeah, maybe don't spend that money on this.
No.
Heard good things. You recommended this, and it's
Yeah.
great, and it's
Yeah.
no money at all.
No. How much did it cost?
350, like 35 euros.
Yeah.
Is nothing. And the one you got me, I haven't tried it yet.
No, you should definitely try it.
You put
So
out
we can.
today, where you try it, right?
Yeah. I tried it today. Actually, it's really good. I had tried it before. It's good.
Yeah.
Please tell people what it is.
It's the Campbellton double, Glen Scotia double cask. I don't know if you can. There you go.
Yeah.
You can kind of see it. It's single malt Scotch whiskey double cask.
Yeah.
Matured in American oak barrels and finished in Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. So it's rich and spicy, apparently.
Very spicy and rich, yes.
Caliente.
Mamma mia. No, but it's very interesting, that because those two whiskeys are quite affordable.
Yeah, very.
Actually, under 50 euros. And I haven't really tried the Writer's Tears, but I just recommend it to you. But I tried the Teeling one and that double cask from Glen Scotia.
It's very good.
Yeah. Is that the double cask?
No, this is the Writer's Tears.
Yeah. But still, it's like those costs that price range. It's good. It's good introduction. It's good to have at home. But then you have whiskeys that are, for example, we can take the Rumwood, the Springbank Rumwood we have that we bought, was like 110, 120 euros or something like that. No, 100 euros, I mean it was.
No, 150, I think.
Oh, was it that much? Yeah, that was expensive. But, well, yeah, but still, it is good. But still, if you compare it to something else that's more cheaper, it's more, you could say, a special treat.
Yeah, of course, but that's also like something that, for me, when I buy something, it's, at least it was a lot of what's on the bottle. When it says Rumwood, I like rum. I like the sweetness. I like the sweet whiskeys. So like 15-year-old Rumwood whiskey sounds dope. So I buy it, and the Bordeaux, the Deanston Bordeaux, I like that. So I went on a hunt for like red wine cask whiskeys for a while. So that does it a lot for me as well.
Yeah. So please, people, if anyone knows of good red wine cask whiskeys, please write in the comment section so we can help Emil find more and waste more money. Please, come on, not waste.
Make sure I can
enrich yourself.
Because Fredrik hooked me on this and I can't get it. I like the Teeling Morgo, can't get it. So be nice to me, please.
Yeah, that Morgo was really good. It was like Christmas in a bottle.
Yeah, very much. But speaking of Teeling, actually, when you went to Germany and I ordered some whiskey from you, the Teeling, the plantation collaboration they did.
Oh yeah,
Speaking of bad whiskey, it's not bad, but very disappointing. The small batch is much better in my view.
Cheers to that, my friend. Cheers to everyone watching.
Cheers.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It was like a thin whiskey. I wasn't impressed.
No, and it was actually more expensive.
Yeah, of course it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how did you feel about that?
I like how we like start this journey with like the most negative episode.
Yeah, that's better. People need to know.
Yeah,
that's why I call it Dram Divided.
We scare off the weakness right at the beginning.
It's at the same time. We're not telling people oh my god, if you like Highland Park, you're an idiot. No, we're not saying that. We're not saying that. I'm just saying that I have not found Highland Park yet. When I say Bowmore, I say I've still tried Bowmore. That's really good.
Yeah.
But I also tried one Bowmore that was really disappointing, and even the people working at the distillery told me that. Which is maybe not the best, reputation for you, but still, they were honest. They were honest people because they cared about their workplace,
and that's worth a lot to me.
Yeah,
I think.
And also,
it's so. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's also a fun thing for me because, like, I've been watching your live streams, your videos, the comment sections, and like you've become entangled in this community. You have a lot of friends in it. I'm very much outside it, at least up until now, and like it's kind of intimidating for a rookie like me. I don't know a lot of whiskey. I don't know a lot about it, how to make it, how the history of the distilleries. I like my whiskeys and I like talking about them. So it's kind of relaxing for me too to be in this format, talking to you, a dear friend of mine, in a relaxed manner, and like see people argue with me. I look forward to that.
Yeah,
learn.
When you say that, about the journey, like you actually started out with someone. I didn't really start out with anyone. I was just introduced to whiskey, and then I had to explore by myself, and that led me to many places, been there, done there, nothing special, but it just took me many places. I mean, the collection I had back then when I started is way different than I have now. Of course, I have more bottles now, but I have many whiskeys like from distilleries that I personally wouldn't buy now.
Yeah,
but I do respect people drinking from them personally. And that was like Dalmore, for example. I don't think you know much about. I don't know how much you know about Dalmore. No, but their master distiller Richard Patterson is very well known. If you see a video, just search of him, Richard Patterson. One day, or anyone else watching this one, when he's doing his tastings, it's very funny when you see it because he has the whiskey in his glass.
Seen that,
he has the whiskey in his glass that he has helped made. And then he just throws it out on the floor and pour it new. And you're like, what is he doing with this whiskey? It's like, yeah. But it's like there's segments in the glass, but then wash it with water, please. Even though it might be, the same color on every bottle. If you take the 12-year-old all the way up to quite older, they all look the same in the same color because there's much coloring. But, still, people are entitled to drink that whiskey, even though I know in the community there are quite a few people who are really against Dalmore.
Yeah,
as a distillery, a lot of people are against. But I have tried really good Dalmore, and I'm gonna try to get you a sample one day of it.
Please do. Are they against it because of that guy?
I think a little bit, and also because of the fact that it's just 40%. It's heavily colored, so it looks like Coca-Cola basically, but it could be like apple cider color, or even like water basically in the color. So it's very interesting,
and that, speaking of like that kind of thing, the rum world. I've dipped my toes into the rum a little bit too. And we have another coworker, Fredrik and I work together. We have another coworker who's big into rum, and the culture around rum is really interesting to me because it's not as like, I don't want to say snobby, but like high demand for what you can call rum and what you can't call rum. Like you can add fucking loads of sugar to it, coloring, tasting. It's all rum. So it's very interesting because it's a lot of diversity there.
Yeah. Rum diabeticus. Basically. Yeah, I mean, I have tried getting into rum, but there's been one rum I tried many years ago. That was really good, but that was just so oaky that it more reminded me of a whiskey because it wasn't sugary.
And that's the rum I don't like, you know.
Yeah, I know. We're different there.
You drank from the one I brought to you when we had our
The
game.
corn,
Yeah,
what's called?
yeah, the korom.
Corn. Yeah, that was okay. I mean, but they're so sweet,
Yeah,
and I think that's my problem.
very, very, very sweet. Like one of the sweetest they have. That's a Systembolaget.
Yeah, I mean, it's
rum,
interesting. Yeah. There's so many other things you can drink. Cognac, brandy, Armagnac, tequila. I actually tried one time going to mezcal. I bought one bottle. I, for some reason, only managed to drink it when I did this. Basically, no, because the smell put me off.
Okay.
It was even, I would say, worse than the Highland Park Fire Edition. It was so horrible. But I managed to find one person that I actually gave a dram to, or just here, try it. And they was like, oh, this is really good. And I was like, here we go, my friend. Just take it. And I couldn't drink this one. It was just too weird, too weird for me. The smell, the taste.
Tequila, you said?
What's say?
A tequila, you said?
No, a mezcal. It's tequila, but mezcal instead. So it has another way of producing it and all that. So it has a more smoky. That one has more smokiness, compared to an Isla whiskey a little bit, and that was okay. I mean, I really liked the taste of it, but the smell was wow. That wasn't good at all. It really put me off. It nearly gave me a headache.
My grandfather drank a lot of Calvados.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about getting into it, in memory of him. It's kind of.
Yeah.
I remember he gave me one. He passed away when I was just about starting. I wasn't a liquor drinker when I could still talk to him. So it would be cool to get into that, like to keep that memory alive. So if anyone has any Calvados recommendations, please give me please. In the comments.
Do it.
I need to know more.
Please, right. Any Calvados?
This was a very good whiskey.
Which one? The writers. Yeah. Please try the double cask now.
That's an Irish whiskey for those who don't know. Copper pot.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
Yeah. Can you please try the new one? So everyone can see it live here.
Yeah, you can see live.
So right now, people, we're going to see a live expression of Emil drinking this one. I hope he's going to like it. Seriously.
You hear the clucking?
No, I'm talking too much.
Yeah, stop it. What do you think this is, a podcast?
Do you think it's all about you? Oh, you're drinking vodka? Nice.
In a plastic bottle, my favorite.
Great.
Oh, rich and spicy.
Rich and spicy, yes.
I like it when whiskeys do that. Not all of them do. You like put a little taste notation on their etiquette, because it's so subjective. Why even put that on there?
Which one?
Why rich and spicy on there? Because why put that in my head? Let me experience it for myself.
Or why some people even in whiskeys write, or some distilleries, like smooth to perfection.
Yeah. Why?
It's like what do you mean smooth? Is it like it just goes down your throat?
Yeah, tastes nothing.
Completely
tasteless.
Deception, lies, basically. Yeah,
it kind of is rich and spicy though. I take it back.
Yeah, I like to see your expression here. Come on. And we should change your name to something else.
What should we call it? Fredrik looks at Emil drinking whiskey.
A sensual dram with two guys. That would be interesting. No, so seriously, people, please like, subscribe, share this stuff that we're doing. It's going to be a little bit like this. We're going to have subjects that we're going to talk about, themes, and always, write your story about this, because we are sharing ours, but we want you to always share yours as well in the comment section. It's very important, I think, in my view, at least. What do you think, Emil?
Yeah, I think so. And that's a lot of the reason why we're kind of doing this, because I can talk to you without broadcasting it on YouTube. But it's like I said before, it's interesting to get to get a toe into a new community, to learn new things, because you're the only, and my father, I think, is like the two people I can talk to about whiskey. and you're obviously the more knowledgeable one. So it's cool to, it'll be cool to get some other opinions. I've met a few people from the so-called like whiskey tube community, thanks to you. But yeah, I look forward to the response we're gonna get, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun ride.
Yeah, I'm already having fun. Just
I know.
look, I'm so happy.
Yeah, look, you see all these bottles behind me. I'm gonna drink them all tonight. All.
Speaking of which, how many bottles would you say you have to call it a whiskey collection?
That's a good question. You know what I would say? One.
Is one bottle, is that a collection, you think?
Yeah, it is. It is up to you. Seriously. I mean, I have, what do I have, like 150 bottles opened?
Yeah.
So I have a very big collection, but I think if you have one bottle, you do have a collection, maybe, because you have one bottle. Even though people say, oh, yeah, you need to have at least 5 or 6. Seriously, it's up to you. I think one. I mean, because if you have one bottle of whiskey, and you really like it, then that is amazing. Share it with people, That is also why I think it's important with the whole whiskey community and all this is, sharing our love for the whiskey, In the same time, in an episode like this, you're trashing maybe some. But, in the same time, we're not saying that people are idiots to drinking. We're just saying that
it's about
subjective.
Yeah. And it's about sharing our views. It's fun. It's fun to express your opinions. I like that.
So what is your thoughts about collecting whiskey? Is it how many do you?
But, I agree with you. Basically, I think a lot of it is like in the eye of the owner of the collection, so to speak. Like if I have one bottle of whiskey, but I bought it to like go to a party and mix it with Coca-Cola and get fucking drunk, I don't know if that's a collection, because I'm not viewing it as a collection. I'm just viewing it as like the the fuel for my party, for my next drunk. But if you like get a whiskey because you starting to like whiskey and you're like, this is my first bottle, then of course it can be the start of a collection.
Great.
I think I have like 10 bottles. I think I have a collection.
Yeah, only with one, I think you have a collection, in my view. But it's like you said, that thing about how many you have. I mean, there are people that have like hundreds, even thousands of bottles of whiskey. And I mean, in the same time, do you manage to drink them all? Seriously?
Another thing, and I know we have to end this soon, but like for me, the pricing is very important in that respect, because I have as I said, I have like 10 bottles, I think, and they're all like pretty cheap. I don't have a lot of expensive whiskey. Like they're all below 100 euros, except for that Springbank Rumwood that I got because you got it. And for me, the weird thing is like the more expensive the whiskey is, the more rare it is. If I like it, I don't want to drink it, and that fucking sucks. It just takes up space in my fucking cabinet. I want to drink whiskey, but I'm scared to drink like the 2009 Bordeaux red wine cask Deanston or the Teeling Sommelier, because like when that bottle is out, I'm out. I'm done.
You're out.
Yeah, it's like a disturbing thought in my head all the time when I drink whiskey. So I like having these like the go-tos. The Righteous Terrace is definitely a new one for me. The Teeling small batch, all I've ever hoped for.
Yeah.
The Righteous Terrace, this is the Campbell, Glen Scotia. I'm sorry.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and I think that's interesting because on our next episode, we're actually going to talk about those tiers that we are having, because we don't have that much left of those bottles, and that's going to be a very interesting topic, the ones that got away.
Yeah. More negative.
What do you say?
More negativity from our...
Yeah, more negativity, So bring your napkins, people.
Tissues,
napkins, whatever. A bottle of whiskey that you can drink. And we will see you then. Anything more you want to say, Emil, before we end this?
Thank you, everyone, for watching. This has been a lot of fun. Let us know in the comment section what you think. Tell Fredrik he's stupid about Highland Park or something. And see you in the next one, I guess.
Yeah. So, yes, people, please like, share, subscribe, comment, be negative, be positive. Do what you feel like. And we will see you next time. Take
Yeah.
care, everybody.
Keep your distance and stay safe, friends.
Yes.